Examination card 7. Read the text and answer the question. Gardening is growing and caring for plants as an enjoyable leisure activity. For some people, gardening is a form of exercise, a way to save money on food, or a way to ensure that fruits and vegetables are free of chemicals. For others, gardening is a profession. Landscape gardening, design, install, and maintain gardening for a living. Unlike farmers, who typically produce large quantities of crops using complex equipment, gardeners usually produce plants in similar quantities. Evidence of gardening dates back to 6000 before Christ. For much of history, functional gardens were more important than pretty ones. People relied on their gardens not only for fruits and vegetables, but also for plants used to make medicines. Decorative gardens were found only in the estates of wealthy people who had slaves or servants to tend the gardens. Gardening for pleasure didn't become widespread until the development of the middle class, around 1500 AD. With money and time to spare, many began to create gardens for enjoyment. Today, gardening is practiced all over the world. With a little soil, some seeds, and a few basic tools, even inexperienced gardeners can enjoy the rewards of creating a garden and watching it grow. What is gardening? Gardening is growing and caring for plants as an enjoyable leisure activity. The word evolve is synonymous to rich. And why were functional gardens important for people? Gardens were more important than pretty ones. People relied on their gardens not only for fruits and vegetables, but also for plants used to make medicines. Is gardening practiced all over the world? Yes, there is. Today, gardening is practiced all over the world. Write the verbs in the right tense form. Bill works in a factory and he usually comes home at 6:30 every evening. He came home early last Friday and he was very angry. He shut the door, went into the living room and sat down. His wife was in the kitchen. She went to her husband and looked at him for a few seconds. Then she said to him, "Why are you angry, Bill?" Translate the sentences from Armenian into English. Աղջիկները իրենք կզարդարեն այս սենյակը անհանգստանալու կարիք չկա. The girls will decorate this room themselves with there is no need to worry. Երբ է վերանորոգվել այս թանգարանը? Այն վերանորոգվել է 2005 թվականին. When was this museum renovated? It was renovated in 2005. Տիկին Աննա քաղաքում կլինի մեկ շաբաթից, այնպես չէ։ Mrs. Ann will be in the city in a week, won't she? Երբ մայրիկս վերադառնա, ես կպատմեմ նրան ողջ ճշմարտությունը. When my mother comes back, I will tell her the whole truth. Երբ ես ներս մտա, սենյակ նրանք քննարկում են այդ հարցը. When I entered the room, they were discussing that question. Write questions or answers to the given dialogue. Dialogue 7. What kind of music do you like to listen? I like listening to different kinds of music. Like what, for instance? For instance, I like to listen to pop music. What about you? I like rock and roll because they use different instruments. Rock and roll is hard music. Yeah, I also think so. What do you like? I like folk and classical music.